Good evening, and welcome to the Evening of Excellence ceremony presented by Gaston County Schools and sponsored by Truist. I am Todd Hagans from the Gaston County Schools Communications Department, and I appreciate the opportunity to host this program, which honors our outstanding educators. Tonight, we will present the most prestigious awards given by Gaston County Schools when we announce our teacher, principal, assistant principal, and Central Office Administrator of the Year for 2022-23. To begin our program, Jen Thomas from Truist will offer our official welcome, followed by remarks from Mr. Jeff Ramsey, Chairman of the Gaston County Board of Education, and our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. W. Jeffrey Booker. Following Dr. Booker's comments, Dr. Rebecca Huffstetler, Principal of Stanley Middle School, will come forward for our invocation before we enjoy a delicious dinner that has been prepared for us. At this time, please welcome Jen Thomas, Senior Vice President for Truist.
Mr. Hagan, I'll have to admit, you got my attention when you spoke, because for a moment thought you were going to tell me you didn't want my children in school tomorrow. But then I remembered I don't have children in school tomorrow. Thank goodness. But I often would not say nice things when you would call my house and say, hey, your kids don't come to school tomorrow. So, good evening. I'm Jen Thomas. I am the market president at Truist. As a product of Gaston County Schools, and as I look around this room this evening, I realize just how old I am because none of y'all taught me. So there's that. But I am a very proud parent of 4 graduates of Gaston County Schools. And they have all been out of school now for about 4 years, the last one, 5 years actually, the last one. So I'm very proud. So it's an honor to be here this evening to celebrate you. When Dr. Booker asked if Truist would consider being a sponsor again this year, it was a quick and easy yes. At Truist, our purpose is to inspire and build better lives and communities and find partners to do the same. I can't think of a more noble profession than what you do each and every day, educating, supporting, loving, and building up our future. So it is our pleasure to celebrate and thank you all. I'm just grateful I didn't have to select the winners because you are all winners in my book. So congratulations to all of you on your nomination, and I hope you enjoy your special night. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It's nice to be back in person, I can tell you that. Because if you notice, most of you know I like talking. But when you're up here, I don't like talking. So it is a pleasure to have with us for our Evening of Excellence ceremony. Tonight, we are recognizing and honoring the most outstanding employees of Gaston County Schools. This occasion is all about the employees who represent excellence in the education profession. I would like to take a moment to introduce our members of the Board of Education who are here this evening. We have with us, and please stand, Doc Guthrie, Gastonia Township, Lee Dedman, Gastonia Township, and Steve Hall, Dallas Township. Thank you for being here tonight. To our honorees here this evening, the Board of Education is proud to what you do on a daily basis for our schools. You go the extra mile to make a difference and extend our appreciation to you and your commitment to public education. And the note we all experienced the last 2 years is beyond measure what y'all have had to do. And we personally want to thank you again for what you've done to keep our kids in school and keeping them updated as much as you could through the once-in-a-lifetime event to us. So thank you again. We are all... We also would like to express our sincere gratitude to Truist Bank for sponsoring this important ceremony. Truist is a key business partner of Gaston County School, and it's good to know that we can count on Truist to make the evening special for our employees. To all of our outstanding educators in the room tonight, the Board of Education joins me to congratulate each and every one of you. And I know all of you represent each school here tonight, and you know we'd have all our teachers here, we would, to congratulate them for what they've done. You are the best of the best in Gaston County Schools, and we're so proud of your professional achievements here tonight. Once again, thank you for being here this evening, and we hope you enjoyed the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ramsey. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Right. It's 6 o'clock, fourth day of the week. That's it. Come on. Find that other gear. Pretend it's prom, and you got to figure out how to work it out. It's a great evening to be here. As Mr. Ramsey said, it is so incredible to be back together and to celebrate excellence. Because Teacher Appreciation Week should be Teacher Appreciation every day. And to be able to bring you together today and say thank you for what you do is so important. Because we try tonight to recognize all of the outstanding work that goes on in our schools. Each of you tonight represents your school. You represent the excellence that we strive for every day. To think it was 2019, we look towards 2020, and we're sitting there in March, and all of a sudden everything stops, and we lose this event. And last year, thanks to Truist, we had a great event at the ballpark, and we celebrated, but it still was a little different. Because what we try to do is take tonight to honor you in the way you should be honored all the time. Because I want you to stop and look up to your left and to your right. This is excellence. Each person here has an outstanding quality. You bring your personal and collective best to make our community better every day. And the thing that I love the most about each of you is you come with high expectations every day. Expectations for yourself, but also expectations for your students. That, to me, epitomizes excellence. And you're going to hear thank you a lot tonight. And I want you to hear those thank yous for more than 2 words put together, but for sincere appreciation. As I was coming over here tonight, I had an issue and was on the phone with Chris Peak, the chairman, CEO of Caramel. Where are you headed tonight, Chris? Where are you headed? And when I told him where I was, he's like, I wish I could be there to say thank you. He has his last student, Jen, graduating this year, and she has received numerous scholarships. And he said, you thank everybody in that room, because I can't have the best hospital in North Carolina without the best teachers in North Carolina. So he sends his personal thank you to you. But when you start thinking about what the best means, think about all the accolades that we'll get to celebrate in the coming days with our class of 2022. Through all they've done, we have numerous scholarships. We have a Moorhead Kane Scholar. We have an appointment to the Air Force Academy. So think about what those students have done. We have a student that's participating in the International Science Fair. Some of that was done virtually. Well, I guess they had 2 years to prep to be a virtual science fair. We have had numerous regional and state level awards for our arts programs, be it band, chorus, musical arts, drama. All of those have won awards. We have continued to excel in athletics. We actually have the state volleyball player of the year in our district. And the spring's not over. Who knows what else we may win. I could continue to talk about all that you have been a part of accomplishing and all that you've been a part of overcoming. But what I like to think about is you've taken the obstacles of a pandemic and created opportunities. Opportunities for students. Opportunities for children. And these accomplishments don't happen without you. Many of you have brought someone significant in your life with you tonight. be it your administrator, be it a spouse, be it a close friend. Thank you to each of those who have supported our teachers to be all that they could be this year. You'll hear us say thank you to Truist many times because, as Jen said, it was just 2 emails between she and I, and they stroked a really large check. Because tonight, when they open those doors, you're not going to get just leftover chicken. There's a carving table in there. There's a nice salmon presentation, as well as a piece of chicken. So, Jen, thank you. I remember 5 years ago, I was sitting at a state championship football game celebrating together as your son was a very successful football player for us. So it is important that Truist recognizes what you do, and the investment in this program tonight is greatly appreciated. I want to share something with you that is really meaningful to me, and I want you to hold on to this. Excellence is never an accident. It is the result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent dedication, skillful execution, and the vision to see those obstacles as opportunities. So you know about achieving excellence. You know about striving for success, because what do we say? Somebody tell me what our vision statement is. Inspiring success and a lifetime of learning. And you carry that out every day in many positive ways. So tonight is about you. It is about all the incredible work that you represent, from the bus drivers that started in the morning and they ended in the day, to the cafeteria workers, to the maintenance workers, to all those other unsung heroes that come along to support and make sure that we can deliver education in our classrooms. So again, on behalf of our community, I say thank you. Those 2 little words hopefully express sincere appreciation. To everyone here tonight, you are honored and you are appreciated. There can only be one of each to be the person of the year, but each of you are winners.
At this time, it is a pleasure to welcome our current Gaston County Teacher of the Year from Pinewood Elementary School for special remarks. Please welcome Stacy Nezazan.
Good evening, everyone. It has been an honor to serve as Gaston County Schools Teacher of the Year. Last year at this time, I remember driving to the Honey Hunters ballpark with my husband, full of excitement and wonder, and I remembering, how could such an honor be in such close reach? Because at the age of 6, I never dreamt that I would one day pursue a career in education. Because in first grade, I spent most of my time in the principal's office. I was trying to always negotiate to convince him that I could only attend school for half the day as I had done in kindergarten. And most mornings my teachers would usher me into the hallway as I was crying so I wouldn't distract the other students. But as I matured and developed a love of learning and helping others, I knew that teaching was my calling. In turn, I wanted to ensure that students were eager to come to class, to learn and grow in a safe environment. This has been and continues to be my ultimate goal when working with children. Being Teacher of the Year has afforded me the opportunity to share my philosophy and message of hope to teachers. At Convocation, I shared a message of perseverance and taking an optimistic approach to tackling this school year. There is no doubt that this year was just as hard, if not more challenging, than the past several years. However, Gaston County teachers have tackled every mandate change, new initiative, and curriculum with grace. We have supported and lifted each other up. The teachers of our county have continued to do what is best for our students, socially, emotionally, and academically. It is an honor to work among such a dedicated and hardworking educators. With that being said, I would like to thank the educators, parents, and students of Gaston County Schools, as well as Dr. Booker and the Board of Education for entrusting me to serve as Gaston County's Teacher of the Year. I would also like to thank Truist Bank for their generous grant. Through these grants, I have received classroom transformation resources that have provided highly engaging activities for my students. My deepest gratitude is to my Pinewood family, the teachers and students and parents. Without them, I would not be standing here today. They welcomed me with open arms and have been the most incredible people to work with. Without a doubt, it is a joy to wake up every morning and to have the honor to work at Pinewood Elementary School. In part, this is due to our wonderful Principal of the Year, Mrs. Tyler West. Thank you, Tyler, for trusting me to take educational risks and test new trends in literacy education in my class and throughout our school. Lastly, and most importantly, I have to thank my husband, my daughter, and my parents. Words cannot express how grateful I am for their continued love and support. It has been a blessing and honor to serve as Gaston County Schools Teacher of the Year. Good luck to our next amazing educator. Thank you.
Now it is a pleasure to recognize our Area Employees of the Year. And I will ask that Mr. Ramsey and Dr. Booker come forward to help with the presentation of awards to our Area Employees of the Year. First, I would like to invite Betty Blanco to come forward. Betty Blanco is our Gaston County Schools Department for Exceptional Children Service Provider of the Year. As the Spanish interpreter, DEC is where Betty's home location is, where she serves our schools, many students, and their families. A round of applause for our Gaston County Schools Service Provider of the Year, Betty Blanco. Next, we would like to recognize Linda Cathcart. Linda Cathcart is the Gaston County Schools Library Media Coordinator of the Year. She is the Librarian Media Coordinator at Belmont Middle School. Linda Cathcart. Next, we would like to recognize Caitlin Garvey. Caitlin is the Gaston County Schools Psychologist of the Year. She serves many of our schools and students from her home location at the Department for Exceptional Children. Our School Psychologist of the Year, Caitlin Garvey. Next, we recognize Morgan Millen. Morgan is the Gaston County Schools Social Worker of the Year. She serves as the social worker for Chapel Grove Elementary School and for H.H. Beam Elementary School. Morgan Millen, our Gaston County Schools Social Worker of the Year. Next, we recognize Lindsay Weathers. Lindsay Weathers is the Gaston County Schools Counselor of the Year. She serves as the school counselor at Belmont Middle School. Our Gaston County Schools Counselor of the Year is Lindsay Weathers. And now, Cherie Wise. Cherie Wise is the Gaston County Schools Nurse of the Year. She serves as the school nurse for students at Gardner Park Elementary School. Our Gaston County Schools Nurse of the Year is Cherie Wise. And congratulations to all of our Area Employees of the Year. And thank you, Mr. Ramsey and Dr. Booker. Now it is a pleasure to recognize Bridget Best. She will be presenting the finalist for the Gaston County Schools Assistant Principal of the Year Award and making the announcement of our Assistant Principal of the Year for 2022-23. Please welcome Bridget Best.
Good evening, everyone. It has been an absolute honor to serve as Gaston County Schools Assistant Principal of the Year for the 2021-2022 school year. Merely saying thank you is an understatement for the wealth of knowledge I have gained and the opportunities I have been afforded in just this year alone. To Dr. Booker, the Board of Education, senior leadership, district officials, my colleagues, and most importantly, to every administrator who saw a level of leadership in me and deposited into my personal and professional growth, particularly my current principal, Mr. Glenn Cook, thank you. Your words have shown your value in developing others and has confirmed my calling as an educator and leader. In a TED Talk delivered by educator Rita Pearson, she shares, every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best they can possibly be. I would like to extend this quote just a bit by saying, everyone deserves a champion. Every child, every student, every teacher, every parent, every leader, every community deserves a champion. The role of assistant principal extends far. In my opinion, it is one of the most impactful and humbling positions one could have. It is one of many hats. From buses, to observations, to discipline, to duty, to testing, to parent meetings, to PLC meetings, to scheduling, to teacher and student check-ins, and the list goes on. The impact of an assistant principal is wide, and when done well, so many lives have been positively impressed. Tonight, I am pleased to share with you those who have become champions within their school, community, and now county as an Assistant Principal of the Year finalist for Gaston County Schools. Finalists, when you hear your names, please come forward. Ryan Hatley, Assistant Principal, Ashbrook High School. Mr. Hatley consistently creates solutions and offers suggestions to solve problems. He is trusted to do anything necessary for his staff, including monitoring students, offering morale boosters such as organizing the Teacher of the Month Award, and analyzing testing data to determine the next steps for student achievement. Everyone knows that Mr. Hatley would never ask a staff member to do something that he is not willing to do himself. Simply put, everyone has a Mr. Hatley story. Congratulations, Ryan Hatley, Assistant Principal, Ashbrook High School. Kimberly Reese, Assistant Principal, Holbrook Middle School. Mrs. Reese is always willing to give advice to help teachers feel more successful. Mrs. Reese strives to be a lifelong learner by attending professional development opportunities that will increase her effectiveness as an administrator. She is known for her ability to make challenging situations less stressful for others. There is an evident love for her students that creates lasting bonds with students who need her most. Congratulations, Kimberly Reese, Assistant Principal, Holbrook Middle School. Jennifer Bergeson, Assistant Principal, North Gaston High School. Mrs. Bergeson has been described as a consummate professional who always goes above and beyond what is expected of her. She is always willing to lend a hand and be a leading example to others. Being dedicated to the success of school and students, she has taken it upon herself to mentor the new assistant principals at her school and continually checks in on struggling students and has played a large role in improving the graduation rate through a tracking system that she has created. Mrs. Bergeson continuously addresses school improvement issues and helped to implement a positive change at her school. Congratulations, Jennifer Bergeson, Assistant Principal, North Gaston High School. Janet Ramsey, Assistant Principal, Robinson Elementary School. Mrs. Ramsey has a true passion for helping her students as well as the entire school community. As a former elementary teacher and instructional facilitator, Mrs. Ramsey brings a wealth of knowledge to Robinson Elementary. She is known for developing a great rapport with her staff and is a tremendous asset to the team. She is a genuine listener, problem solver, and motivator who goes out of her way to make others feel special and valued. Congratulations, Janet Ramsey, Assistant Principal, Robinson Elementary. Laura Costner, Assistant Principal, Sadler Elementary School. Mrs. Costner works diligently to support teachers with their instructional practices. She strives to ensure that all students and staff are empowered for daily success. She is considered to be a true professional by her colleagues and is known for wearing many hats. She is described by others as being a firm yet compassionate educator who strives to see students grow academically and socially. Congratulations, Laura Costner, Assistant Principal, Sadler Elementary School. Last but not least, Amy Tollison, Assistant Principal, South Point High School. Ms. Tollison is very enthusiastic and dedicated assistant principal. She is known as someone who truly cares and wants to make a difference in students' lives. She is highly a supportive administrator who is committed to excellence in all she does. Mrs. Tollison is very knowledgeable and considered to be reflective in her practice. Above all other reasons, Mrs. Tollison is supportive of her staff and strives to see that they succeed. Congratulations, Amy Tollison, Assistant Principal, South Point High School. This year's Assistant Principal of the Year is described as being a dynamic leader who truly wants to make a difference in students' lives. Their commitment to education and students is considered to be to be outstanding. This Assistant Principal of the Year's leadership skills is considered to be innovative and unique. Demanding the best from staff and students causes all stakeholders to easily and eagerly rise to every challenge. This assistant principal is considered to be a driven lifetime learner who often captivates others in their conversations about education. Their intelligence and expertise provides insight that push staff to perform beyond their known abilities. This assistant principal is someone whose ideas and opinions carry weight and is someone others want to impress. They are diligent in completing all responsibilities because of their strategic, organizational, and impressive time management skills. This person truly understands the importance of building positive working relationships by being visible in the building and easily accessible when needed. This Assistant Principal of the Year believes in leading with conviction and staying true to yourself and the school's vision when difficult decisions must be made. Congratulations. Amy Tolleson, South Point High School, Gaston County Schools Assistant Principal of the Year.
I'm back, just kidding. Well, I moved to Gaston County about 4 years ago from Texas, and I absolutely loved the school district I was in. I think my husband would agree that our children were in great schools there, and I really wasn't sure when we moved that I was going to find that same experience here. But I have found it, and so I'm so honored to be Assistant Principal of the Year. Really extend gratitude to Mr. Ford for investing so much in my leadership, and thank you all very much.
Congratulations to our Gaston County Schools Assistant Principal of the Year, Amy Tolleson from South Point High School. Before we move to our next award, I think I misspoke earlier, and I want to correct that. Cherie Wise is at the Highland School of Technology as the school nurse, so I apologize for making that mistake. Mr. Montgomery liked that correction, didn't he? Now we are ready to present the finalist and the award for Central Office Administrator of the Year. And to make that presentation, please welcome Brett Buchanan, our Director of Career and Technical Education.
Good evening. I hope everyone's having a great time and enjoying the food. We've got a good-looking crowd here tonight, and a lot of you cleaned up very nicely. I would like to formally thank Truist for supporting this ceremony. It's been 2 years since we've done this, and I think everyone agree we needed it and we really appreciate it. It's another step closer to the way things used to be that I think we all miss. One of the things that I do miss is this suit not fitting so tight. Before I live about 35 miles away, so I grabbed the suit. I don't think I wore the black one pre-pandemic. Changed into it about 2 hours before here, and it had to be made to go on. So I was sitting back there, and everybody's asking me, why aren't you eating more? I said, if I get up here and eat a little more and pass out, you're going to have to take my belt off instead of giving me mouth to mouth. So anyway, I do miss the way things used to be. It was nice talking with individuals and just having some camaraderie and not being able to talk to people you just haven't seen in a while. So thank you very much for the opportunity. I don't want to take a lot of time tonight talking about myself. It's obviously going to be about the 2022 Central Office Administrator of the Year, the better version of the 2021. That should be very easy. So instead of talking about my year and myself, I would like to take a moment to thank a few departments and individuals here tonight that have allowed me to stay functional during one of the most challenging years in existence for educators. I believe functional was probably all everyone was targeting for this year. So we'll start out with the Finance Department. Thank you for hanging in there and accommodating all the new challenges you were given. Special thanks to Gina Waters for helping me out in a retirement account issue that originated in another county. She was able to figure it out and fix it, and they told me it just was unfixable. So that's someone we want to recognize here tonight for Central Office Administrator of the Year finalist. HR Department, whether it was masks or mascots, vaccines or vacancies, there was always something to keep HR busy. So thanks for hanging in there and keeping everyone happy. Special thanks to Michelle Elrod and her assistants with the uniqueness associated with CTE licensure and the potential teachers we send you. We definitely don't make your job any easier. And to my wife, Melissa Buchanan, also in the HR department, did a great job tonight, so thank you. The TSS department, thanks for always working with us and accommodating all the software and credential challenges we constantly throw at you. Curtis Poplin, Brad Evans, Alan Sprout, the rest of the team are true superstars that keep CTE alive digitally and functioning. To the people that look out for me, it's one of the things, if you have a staff, you have a team, you're obsessed and always worried about your team and your people. but sometimes it's good to know you have people looking out for you. So for the three Dr. B's, Dr. Botnight, Dr. Bostick, and Dr. Booker, thanks for always, kind of looking out for me. If I throw a curveball with the CT department, I always know you take care of it and smooth it out, and we move forward. So anyone else I may have left out, the Board of Education, I truly enjoy working in Gaston County Schools, and a lot of that is based on the support and teamwork I've received from everyone in this district. So with that being said, I will now introduce your 2022 Central Office Administrator of the Year finalist. And if you haven't figured that out, I was watching that because it's kind of in the same boat last year. I'm going to call your name. Please come up here, and then we will read something about each individual. So starting out with Miss Angela Calamia. So, author of Cold Tangerines, Shauna Nyquist, I hope I said that right, probably not, writes, "Feeding people is a hands-on way of loving them. When you nourish and sustain someone, essentially, you're saying that you want them to thrive, to be happy and healthy, and able to live well." This quote is most appropriate when describing the dedication that Mrs. Calamia exhibits when it comes to feeding our district's children. She is considered to be a driven leader who works hard to provide updated technology and equipment for our cafeterias. Ms. Calamia is viewed to be an outstanding leader and has been recognized for her work in improving her department's budget, increasing employees' salaries, and providing recognition for years of service. These efforts have improved productivity, morale for the entire school nutrition department. Congratulations, Angela Calamia, Director of School Nutrition Auxiliary Services. Ms. Shannon Hullett. Ms. Hullett has a relentless desire to increase academic achievement in all content areas for all elementary students in Gaston County. For over a decade, she has worked as an elementary instructional leader for our district. She has been instrumental in leading the elementary academic services team and all elementary teachers in teaching state standards, adopting resources, and building the foundational skills for our youngest learners. She has led the implementation of the professional learning platform Modern Teacher. At present, she oversees the work of implementing standards-based learning and grading in grades K through 5. She is always present and always available for the elementary academic facilitators, senior leadership, school administrators, and elementary teachers to answer questions, help problem solve, and perhaps most importantly, bring out the best in each person or program or innovative idea. Congratulations, Shannon Hullett, Director of Elementary Instruction, Academic Services. Alan Sprout. Unfortunately, Mr. Sprout is not able to be with us due to a previously planned commitment. Alan was unable to attend this evening. However, we would still like to recognize Mr. Sprout and his hard work. Mr. Sprout's department sees him as much more than just a supervisor. He never hesitates to volunteer his time to assist his employees when needed. He always stays until the job is fully completed and is often the hardest working person in the group. Mr. Sprout is always willing to listen and adapt to what is best to meet the technology needs of our students. He has the ability to explore options and easily adapt to change. This often means collaborating with other departments to meet the needs of our district. He works hard to ensure all students have quality and reliable technology. Congratulations, Alan Sprout, IT Operations Manager, TSS. Ms. Teresa Thomason, come on down, please. Ms. Thomason goes above and beyond the call of duty by spending countless hours outside of her workday researching best practices in education and instructional technology. She is committed to helping her colleagues, as well as the entire GCS family, experience success regardless of the cost. Words that best describe Ms. Thomason will be committed to excellence because she is passionate about seeing all stakeholders reach their deepest potential. She serves as a model teacher who often provides teachers with lessons that enrich the learning of all students. When working with classroom teachers, she is often seen going the extra mile to ensure a job well done. She is considered to be a devoted coach who models expected outcomes, encourages her people, and assists in leveling the playing field so everyone experiences success. Congratulations, Teresa Thomason, Director of Instructional Technology, TSS. Ms. Gina Waters, come on down. Dedicated, committed, and hardworking are just a few of the adjectives used to describe Miss Waters. She is willing to take on more responsibilities, duties, and work so that others are not overwhelmed. She strives for perfection and takes anything less as a personal opportunity for improvement. Her perseverance inspires her team and motivates them to keep working hard. She prides herself on being a good role model for her department. She values learning new things and empowers her staff to do the same.
That's an understatement, isn't it?
Mrs. Waters will give nothing than 110%, which is another understatement, to work each and every day. Congratulations, Gina Waters, Payroll Supervisor, Finance. Thank you. Thoughtful, caring, and a great listener are all words used to describe the Central Office Administrator of the Year. This person has developed a reputation for having outstanding character and maintains a positive attitude at all times. This person holds a wealth of knowledge and uses their expertise to continually steer their department in the right direction. Although this person has a very busy schedule, they never hesitate to go out of their way to comfort others when they are having a challenging day. This Central Office Administrator of the Year strives to maintain professionalism and has the ability to navigate through challenging situations and turns them into positive opportunities. This administrator is dedicated to putting other needs before their own. Some say their leadership comes from the heart, others says it comes from deep within their soul. Now the envelope. Angela Calamia.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much. What an honor. And to be considered among such a deserving group of nominees, I am so truly honored. Thank you to Dr. Booker, members of the board, my supervisor, Dr. Hushard, and members of Human Resources and everybody that made this lovely evening possible. And I hope I didn't forget anybody. I just want you to know how much this award means to me, to be recognized by your superiors, your peers, and most importantly, by your staff is one of the most amazing feelings I could have. They are the most important thing to me. They are what drives me every day, and that's why I come to work every day, because what I do for my staff, in turn, works for our students. I have always, as a leader, been driven by the goal that I have to provide the best resources and support and enthusiasm and environment that I can for my staff so that they can do their job to the best of their ability. And when they do a good job, our students shine from it. And through this pandemic, I have been so proud of them. They have amazed me every day when we had to serve in different directions, when we had to work with no staff, when we had to figure out where we were going to get food. It has been truly amazing for me to watch how they responded. So this award is not just for me tonight, this is for the whole school nutrition department, and I am so proud to be their leader. And thank you for allowing me to and entrusting me to feed the children of Gaston County. It has been my pleasure. And with that, I just want to humbly and graciously accept this award on behalf of my department, and thank you so much. Truly an honor. Good evening.
I have to say something about Angela. When you think about it for a moment, schools were closed on Saturday in 2020, and by Tuesday, she and her department had a plan in place to feed children. And that sticks in my mind, and probably in the mind of many of you as well. Very well deserved. Congratulations. Angela Calamia, our Central Office Administrator of the Year. Now it is a pleasure to welcome our current Gaston County Principal of the Year, Tyler West, who will present the finalist for Gaston County Principal of the Year. And following the presentation of the finalist, Jen Thomas from Truist will come forward to make the presentation and the announcement of our Gaston County Principal of the Year. Please welcome Tyler West.
Good evening, Gaston County Board of Education, Dr. Booker, colleagues, Truist representatives, invited guests, and honorees. It has been an amazing opportunity to serve as Gaston County Schools Principal of the Year. This school year, 21-22, has been historic. We returned to the classroom full-time after almost a year and a half of remote and hybrid learning. Schools across our county banded together to meet the increased needs of our students, our staff, and the families in our community. I can't thank my principal colleagues and our central office leaders enough for meeting each opportunity with creative problem solving and with the perfect balance of fearless tenacity and sheer hope. Thank you to my Pinewood family, the students, teachers, parents, and staff members whose perseverance motivated me daily to represent Gaston County Schools to the best of my ability. To the Human Resources Department and Central Office leadership, thank you for your guidance during the events of this year. Parades, podcasts, and public speaking are not my forte, but your support made the year a fun and memorable one. My greatest joy of the past year was serving on the selection committees for the awards that are being presented tonight. Hearing and seeing the passion for education that is represented in this room fueled my spirit and reminded me why I followed this calling. Principal Erica Garcia says it best. I became an educator because I love kids. I became an administrator because I love adults who love kids. It really is that simple. For me, leadership is not about power. It's about people. It's about service. And I'm forever grateful to have served as your Gaston County Schools Principal of the Year. Thank you. I'm pleased to present this year's finalists, if you'll come to the stage when your name is called. Josh Allen, Principal, Gaston Early College. Mr. Allen is known for being an active participant in his school in a variety of ways. At any given moment, he could be found tending to struggling students, leading a full class discussion, or even mopping the floor. Mr. Allen is a principal who unifies the staff and brings out the best in everyone, while at the same time working tirelessly to make sure everything is done the right way. He holds personal meetings with each student who has been identified as at risk to encourage them and get to the root of the problem. He prides himself on knowing at least one fact relevant and personal to every student in the school. Mr. Allen is passionate about education, educating the whole child, and inspiring others to be their best selves. With a coach-like mindset, he is known for pushing his students and staff to reach their full potential and take advantage of the advantage. Congratulations, Josh Allen, Gaston Early College. Brian Denton, Principal, Hunter Huss High School. Principal Brian Denton is known for his dedication not only to Hunter Huss, but to public education as a whole. By serving in a leadership role on a variety of committees, Dr. Denton has proven his interest is not only for the students and staff at Hunter Huss, but also for the betterment of Gaston County Schools as a whole. He works to empower both students and teachers. He gives staff a voice in his building by equipping them with a variety of leadership opportunities based on their individual potential. Because students value Dr. Denton's point of view, they often request appointments to speak with him. And although Dr. Denton has many responsibilities as principal, he always takes the time to sit down and talk. Congratulations, Brian Denton, Principal, Hunter Huss High School. Kristen Kaiser, Principal, Lowell Elementary. When asked to describe Ms. Kaiser as a leader, staff say she resembles a highly effective coach that is able to get results. Regardless of her busy schedule, she remains flexible to meet with students, staff, and parents whenever needed. Before making decisions that affect the school or its culture, Mrs. Kaiser always reaches out to all stakeholders to ensure all perspectives have been heard and considered. Mrs. Kaiser promotes leadership within her building by allowing her staff to serve in various leadership roles and empowers them to take risks, become innovative, and explore the ever-changing methods of instruction. Simply put, everyone just loves her. Congratulations, Kristen Kaiser, Principal, Lowell Elementary. Justin Beam, Principal, North Belmont Elementary School. Mr. Beam believes that it is the responsibility of the principal, as a change agent, to set goals for improving student learning and achievement. He works hard to provide a strategic plan and vision that supports all stakeholders. His strong interpersonal skills allow him to facilitate opportunities for growth in both staff and students. Mr. Beam creates a school environment that cultivates a unique climate of high expectations. Being visible and present within the classrooms, Mr. Beam observes firsthand how learning takes place in his school. Mr. Beam not only helps students and staff to set attainable goals, but works hard to see that they also reach those goals. He strives to be the motivation that inspires students to want to learn and teachers to reach their full potential and master their craft. Congratulations, Justin Beam, Principal, North Belmont Elementary. Lucretia Rice, Principal, Warlick Academy. Ms. Rice truly understands the value of positive community relationships and strong family communication in order to promote academic success as well as productive citizenship. She is able to glean the best ideas offered by an array of educators and implements the ideas and initiatives needed to make her school a better place. She fosters positive working relationships with various community organizations and advocates which has strengthened a mentoring program for both middle and high school students. Mrs. Rice is not afraid to think outside the box when developing new and innovative programs for her school and her students. Congratulations, Lucretia Rice, Principal, Warlick Academy.
This year's Truest Principal of the Year leads with heart. The principal works diligently to provide every child with the opportunity and encouragement they need to work to their fullest potential. Their belief is the key to success is open communication between both staff and parents. This leader considers it a privilege to take part in the education of children. This Principal of the Year understands the importance of teacher leaders and strives to support all teachers in their ability to share their talents and strengths as educators. Parents entrust this leader to nurture, motivate, and challenge their children for academic success, a task this principal takes seriously. This leader is known for being approachable and can be found with a positive demeanor any time of the day. This positivity has helped to create a school atmosphere that fills the hallways with happiness and productivity. Truist is proud to present the 2022-2023 Principal of the Year Award to a person who is admired by community leaders, colleagues, and administrators. Congratulations. Kristen Kaiser, Lowell Elementary.
Oh my goodness. Tyler, you were right. I agree with you. Public speaking, I'd rather be out there with you than standing up here in front of you. I'm thinking lots of things, but everything right now, but mostly I'm humbled and I'm honored. I'm humbled and honored to be recognized with the folks who are finalists here, what professionals, what friends, what colleagues. I'm so thankful to serve alongside you guys. And I'm just as proud and as privileged to serve alongside each one of you, teachers and other administrators in this room. Goodness gracious. In our daily work as educators to support and grow the students of Gaston County. When I became an administrator in Gaston County, Dr. Sadler, for those of you who remember this, would always conclude our meetings with, "Go forth and do great things for the boys and girls of Gaston County." And we have done that since then and even now. We're doing great things under the leadership of Dr. Booker, and we have a great school system. And I'm so thankful for all of you because you all make the difference in this school system and the work that we do. So I'm blessed to serve alongside with you. I believe we do great things. I work with the best people. Gaston County Schools has the best administrators from school level all the way up, and the best teachers from the classroom all over, who truly give everything that they can each and every day for students. It's just a tremendous honor to me to stand here before you tonight, and the biggest honor is to be nominated by your peers, and that's something that I truly thank you. I am feeling incredibly humbled and honored, but also extremely blessed. I have to give the good Lord above praise, as like most of us, He's carried me through some challenges and many storms. But He's also brought me through more sunshine and happiness than I could ever ask for. So I feel very blessed. I'm thankful for a wonderful set of parents. Some of you know them. They're longtime educators in Gaston County. And they've served as my true role model. That's where I kind of got my love for education and getting in this business. That's how it got started. They gave me my work ethic, my tenacity to get things done to my fullest capability and nothing less, and to show kindness and care for everybody, no matter who they are. And as well as to, Daddy always said, as well as to love what you do and do what you love, girl. Never let anybody steal your joy. To my sweet children, I have 4 of those, Mallory, Jake, Beth, and Lainey. Some of you know them too. They were and have always been the inspiration and motivation in my work. Each of my children possess very different attributes and qualities. I call them gifts and graces. But that has helped me in lots of situations. As their mother, I became a better teacher and administrator. Finally, to that man right over there, my husband, Wendy, I am the luckiest girl in the world to have such a partner walking with me. Your understanding and unending support have been the greatest blessing. You never miss an opportunity to stand behind me, cheer me on, or to listen to all of my school talk. Thank you. I would like to thank my core group of pals and peers who have supported me throughout my time in administration in Gaston County Schools. You all have inspired me to get up, dress up, show up, and to never give up. I cannot do this job without you, so I appreciate you. To my school people, Mr. Jennings sitting right over there, I'm so proud of him. I'm so very thankful for the wonderful staff, students, and community of Lowell Elementary. We are a team who has learned to pull together in the hardest situations, laugh when we felt like crying, believed in one another when others gave up, and continue to give our best no matter what, keeping our students as our focus for every effort. I've been in Gaston County Schools for over 20 years, and I've worked with some fantastic educators along the way. I've worked in many schools with lots of administrators and teachers, and I am thankful for each of these opportunities as they've helped me to grow as a person and a leader. Even though I've been here and worked in these different places, I'm still learning, and I learn something new every day. That's what makes this job great. Thank you, Superintendent Booker, and your team, Dr. Baltnight, all of you guys, for your belief and faith in me, and the trust that you give me each day to serve in this role. I also would like a big thank you to our Truist for sponsoring such a wonderful evening. I did echo everything that everyone else has said about how nice it has been to come back together. It's wonderful, and you guys do an awesome job making us all feel very extra special and appreciated. And to our HR department, for the organization, the time, and coordination of such an event that is an honor tradition that sets us apart from the rest. Thank you again. This is awesome.
It is a pleasure to recognize our school level Teachers of the Year for 2021-2022, and as I call their name, they will come across and receive their award from Dr. Booker and Chairman Ramsey. And for those teachers that could not be with us this evening, we have their principal or a school representative accepting their award on their behalf. So we will begin with Ashbrook High School, Aloysius Krieger. Beam Elementary School, Kimberly McCaskill. Beam Intermediate School, Melissa Clark. Belmont Central Elementary, Jennifer Ramsey. Belmont Middle School, Carrie Lineberger. Bess Elementary School, Jennifer Crooks. Bessemer City Central Elementary, Tammy McLaughlin. Bessemer City High School, Haley Beatty. Bessemer City Middle School, Julia Shaw, and accepting is Principal Dr. Jessica Mellon. Bessemer City Primary, Alexandria Cahy. Brookside Elementary School, Ann Reimer. Carr Elementary School, Daphne Jordan. Catawba Heights Elementary School, Susan Britton. Chapel Grove Elementary School, Frankie Gumpel. John Chavis Middle School, Gloria Powell. Cherville Elementary School, Casey Burgess, and I do not believe Miss Burgess could be with us this evening. And we have Cherville High School, Joey Cash, and accepting for Miss Cash is the principal, Sean Hubers. Costner Elementary School, Lauren Lanning, and I do not believe Miss Lanning is with us this evening. Stuart W. Kramer High School, Chris Detweiler, and accepting for Mr. Detweiler is the principal, Jessica Steiner. Cramerton Middle School, Lindsay Steele, and accepting for Miss Steele is the principal, Kevin Doran. East Gaston High School, Hannah Hefner. Forest View High School, Belinda Gunter. W.C. Friday Middle School, Stephen Loudon. Gardner Park Elementary School, Carly Edge. Gaston Early College High School, Sarah Fink. Gaston Early College of Medical Sciences, Angela Congeli. Gaston County Virtual Academy, Brittany Reed. Greer Middle School, Shalane Lang Jordan. Hawks Nest STEAM Academy, Allie Kleinheinz. Highland School of Technology, Tiffany Fletcher, and accepting for Miss Fletcher is the principal, James Montgomery. Nicole S.K., Holbrook Middle School, and accepting for Miss S.K. is the principal, Torben Ross. Sarah Dodson, Hunter Huss High School. Ashley Womack, Kaiser Elementary School. Lola Brooks, Lingerfelt Elementary School. Matthew Jennings, Lowell Elementary School. Alyssa Napolitano, McCaddenville Elementary School. Mount Holly Middle School, Stacy Bell. New Hope Elementary School, Janelle Schrum. North Belmont Elementary School, Vanessa Hairston. North Gaston High School, Maggie LeGrand. Page Primary School, Deborah Francis Shelley. Pinewood Elementary School, Laura Ballard. Pleasant Ridge Elementary School, Telly Banks, and accepting for Mr. Banks is the principal, Glenn Cook. Rankin Elementary School, Dolly Williams. Robinson Elementary School, Jill Johnson. Sadler Elementary School, Shirai Mendoza, and accepting for Miss Mendoza is the principal, Jacob Barr. Sherwood Elementary School, Amy Nanani, and accepting for Miss Nanani is the assistant principal, Tangela Hinton. South Point High School, Heather Ulep Waters. Southwest Middle School, John Falter. Springfield Elementary School, Farrah Putman. Stanley Middle School, Christy Summy. Tryon Elementary School, Elizabeth Glover, and accepting for Miss Glover is the principal, Megan Lefevers. Webb Street School, Sean Geddes. Woodhill Elementary School, Sherry Poole. In Yorkchester Middle School, Shane Adcock, and Mr. Adcock could not be with us this evening. Let's have another round of applause for our school-level Teachers of the Year for 2021-2022. Now we are going to ask our current Teacher of the Year, Stacy Nizazan from Pinewood Elementary School, to come forward to recognize our finalist for Gaston County Teacher of the Year. And then Jen Thomas from Truist will come forward to make the presentation of award to our Gaston County Teacher of the Year. Please welcome Stacy Nezazon.
When you hear your name, please just come up to the stage. Alexandria Cahy, first grade teacher at Belmont City Primary School. Bessemer City Primary. My apologies. Once again, that whole public speaking thing. Okay. If you visit Bessemer City Primary after school, you may find Miss Cahy leading a Zumba class with her fellow colleagues as a way to shake off any stress from the day. Miss Cahy is known for her ability to lift up other teachers and staff in her building. Her colleagues unanimously described her as upbeat, positive, and approachable. Her positive energy can be felt throughout the hallway and is considered to be highly contagious. Her passion for teaching is evident to all that know her. She incorporates unique instructional strategies which make learning fun and allows kids to be kids. Her first grade students described her as loving, kind, cool, and the best in the whole county.
Cool.
Ms. Cahy's teaching philosophy is to prioritize the needs of the whole child. Her goal at the end of the year is for all students to make growth in every aspect of their life. Congratulations, Alexandria Cahy, Teacher of the Year, Bessemer City Primary School. Stephen Loudon, math teacher at W.C. Friday Middle School. Mr. Loudon is not only considered to be a teacher, but also an engaged and accessible member of the school community. As an innovative teacher leader, Mr. Loudon's school has been positively impacted by his development of a communication system to assist staff with connecting to students' families more efficiently. As an effective educator, he always begins his planning process with the end goal in mind, then looks at the steps necessary to help each student reach that end goal. His own students describe him as being helpful, caring, hardworking, and a pure genius. His students say he is different from other teachers because he is very interesting, interactive, fun, and you just can't be bored in his class. Congratulations, Stephen Loudon, Teacher of the Year, W.C. Friday Middle School. Brittany Reed, Science Teacher at Gaston Virtual Academy. Mrs. Reed creates a learning environment where students are encouraged to explore and problem solve. She provides an atmosphere where students are challenged to seek knowledge outside of the classroom walls. Teaching in the Virtual Academy, she makes herself accessible for collaborative discussions among her colleagues. She takes pride in the development of her hands-on activities, which motivates her students to reach new heights. Mrs. Reed considers it a unique privilege to be a participant in the transformative journey of a middle schooler's life. In fact, one of her students described Mrs. Reed as being life-changing. Congratulations, Brittany Reed, Teacher of the Year, Gaston Virtual Academy. Allie Kleinheinz, 4th grade teacher at Hawks Nest STEAM Academy. Selfless is the word used unanimously by her colleagues when asked to describe Mrs. Kleinheinz. Encouraging, conscientious, dependable, and energetic are all words used to describe Mrs. Kleinheinz. Although she is new to teaching 4th grade, her students are quick to mention how smart and absolutely amazing she is at helping them learn and grow throughout the year. Her students describe her as being a fun teacher with a pleasant and kind demeanor. She is always willing to help whenever they are in need. Mrs. Kleinheinz focuses on offering her students personalized learning opportunities, which allows them to gain better knowledge of the content she teaches. Congratulations, Allie Kleinheinz, Teacher of the Year, Hawks Nest STEAM Academy. Heather Ulip Waters, Exceptional Children's Teacher at South Point High School. Ms. Waters believes in the importance of having her students make connections with real-life situations. She believes that every child can learn regardless of their prior academic ability. Her colleagues describe her as being the backbone of the team and a pillar of support. Ms. Waters believes that when students make mistakes, they have not failed, but simply created the most authentic learning opportunity. As an exceptional children's teacher, sometimes students are reluctant to be pulled from the general education classes. However, Ms. Waters' students consider it a privilege to be part of her classroom community where they are made to feel welcomed and successful. Congratulations, Heather Ulip Waters, Teacher of the Year, South Point High School.
In an effort to recognize outstanding educators and to show support for public education, Truist is the proud sponsor of the Teacher of the Year Award in Gaston County. We are pleased to have the opportunity to highlight the achievements of Gaston County teachers and to name one individual the Teacher of the Year. This year's Teacher of the Year creates a learning environment that is relevant and engaging. As a school leader, this teacher is highly involved in their school community by volunteering to lead in various extracurricular activities. It is important to this teacher to make connections with students and families in order to build positive working relationships. This person is considered to be a teacher leader who's a strong impact on student achievement. They are the embodiment of what a good teacher should be. This Teacher of the Year exhibits a perfect balance of being firm yet loving to all students. This individual's instructional strategies positively influence student learning. Over time, personal experiences have positively changed their pedagogy, realizing a teacher's attitude has a major impact on student learning, engagement, and personal well-being. This teacher has a talent for motivating students, helping them to believe in themselves. This year's Teacher of the Year serves as a role model for all educators, demonstrating professionalism and a passion for education. It is with great pleasure I announce the Gaston County Schools Teacher of the Year for 2022-2023. Stephen Loudon, W.C. Friday.
Wow, what a pleasure. This is a great honor. I do want to thank Truist for this evening. I bank there, so promoting them. Yeah, thank you. Thank you again. I know it was a lot. I also like to thank the committee that made the choice and the time commitment that they spent coming out to the schools and interviewing and the scoring that they did and everything. It was great. Mr. Booker for all the support he's given his teachers and the board for what they've done and how they really have teachers' interests in mind when they make their decisions. My teammates at the school, they actually told me I need to name them specifically, but because I don't do what they say, I'm just saying thank you to my teammates. I'll hear about it tomorrow. My principal, who is always there, has my back. He lets me try new things. He lets me just do crazy things in the classroom to help students get engaged, and it's always a good time. And I definitely have to thank my wife. I have 5 children, so if you see her, just say thank you. She's providing for many kids in the county. So you see why I come home right away every day. So It's a great honor. Working with all these candidates that were the finalists, I really wish I could just go visit their classrooms, because what I hear, their stories, the things that they've been able to impact on students, it's great. I was thinking about that. Teachers, you guys always have stories. You always have something to say. I don't know a lot of professions that have that. We always have something to say about something that's very interesting that happened in our classroom, or the reactions that we got from students, or the crazy things they said to us that if their parents found out, they would be astonished. But there are so many good teachers. I've been around the county for a little bit. I spent some time being able to see teachers in other, schools and grade levels, and you just see amazing things happening across the district. And what's great was I get to steal all of those ideas and use them, because you're always learning from each other. And it's a great profession that we have. I've learned so much since coming to the district in 2007. It's an interesting story. I like to tell stories, so you'll hear a few. When I was hired in 2007, it was my last day that I gave it a chance to come work in Gaston County. And I interviewed at a school, and it was great, perfect. But because of Title I funding, I was unable to work at that school at that time. And there also wasn't a huge teacher shortage at that time, too. So I thought I was done. I said, this was it. The summer's over. My wife is pregnant with our first child. I don't have a job. It was my last day at a summer program I was doing. I'm going to go to the beach next week, and I'll figure out something else. And when I was on my way back to my summer program, my car started acting up, which is normal in my case if you know me. Did we get a car?
No, you did not.
Oh. Oh well. So.
But I know where you can get a great loan.
I teach math, and let me tell you about interest rates. So in the last, I ended up, I was like, well, let me put my summer clothes back on. So I was near my house, so I was like, I let my car rest a little bit. And I get a call while I was at the house, and it was someone from HR. They said, we got a principal, actually we have an assistant principal on the line at Pinewood who would like to interview you. Can you be there? I was like, well, I'm at home. I'm 5 minutes away. I can get there. My car can make it. And I pull in, and the interview was great. Everything was perfect, and wasn't sure I was going to get it, because there was a stipulation with my getting my license and everything that I wasn't sure was going to work. And so I was going, we'll go check. And I'm heading out the door, and as some people do when they visit other schools, I went the wrong way, and I didn't quite make it out of the school. But thankfully I didn't, because as I finally found the door, the assistant principal stopped me and says, come back in. And there was the principal of the school, who is sitting over here, Dr. Balknight. It was her last day as a principal. And she said, we will make it work. Okay? And I got offered the job, and I came back on Monday to do tips, and I was just overwhelmed at this district as, they started investing in me right away. And they gave me an opportunity, and I've enjoyed the years that I've been able to spend with Gaston County schools. I thought I would share with you a little inspiration that I thought of. Being a teacher is a lot like being Moses leading the children through the wilderness. There are times that we are crossing the Red Sea triumphantly. There are other times we are about to break all the 10 Commandments. But I'm reminded of a story when they were in the wilderness, and Moses, like a teacher, I'm going to compare him to a teacher if I have that freedom. He was about to battle the Amalekites, the warriors as they are called. And he tells Joshua, his young commander, now Moses is 80 years old, so he's not fighting that battle. Okay? He tells Joshua, go out there and fight, and I'm going to go up on a hill, and I'll be there raising my staff so you can see me. And that's what we do. We go out and we tell the students, we're there for you. You will always see us. We will be the one to guide you. We'll be the one to inspire you. And so as Moses was on that hill, as he held up his staff, Joshua was able to push back the enemy. And as long as he was holding his staff, they were winning. But whenever he lowered his staff, the enemy would push back on Israel, and they were able to start to win. But so he always kept his hand up, his arm up. But he was 80 years old. And after a while, it got tiring. Sometimes we get tired. We wake up in the morning, we're like, I'm tired. I'm really tired. We've been doing a lot, but our students still need to see us. So what happened? As he was tired, 2 of the other men on the leadership team came up to him, and they stood on each side of him, and they held up his arms, and they supported him so that he was able to hold that arm up till the sunset, and they were able to push back the enemy and win the battle. And as teachers, we need that support. We need that help. There's people who come around us, and they raise us up. They hold us up, and so that we can do well, and that we can inspire, and so that the Joshuas out there, the next leaders, because we know Joshua will he'll get his own book too, okay, and he will be the next leader. We know that the teachers have the help to inspire. We have the support. I see these principals. Ms. Kaiser, she was the principal the next day when I became a teacher. So I got to work under her at Pinewood. But I think as I look around the room, I see so many people that each one of you I know, because I don't know everyone. There's so many of you you've helped me a little bit. You've shared something with me. And you may not even know it, but sometimes people remember that little tidbit of advice you gave them. So continue to support each other. I'm happy you all are here. I'm happy that, like me, you chose education. You're choosing it. And this, I have heard, people have said, has been one of the most difficult and trying years that we've had. It has been. So there's many who are tired. But I encourage you, remember your choice. Why did you choose to be in the classroom? Wake up the next morning, go to school, and just say, hey, I'm going to try to find something that reminds me why I chose this. It might be that student who says, oh, I get it now. Okay? It might be that student who's giving you a hard time and you feel like you can make a difference in him. I've been in the trenches with you. These principals have been in the trenches with you. We're together for this. And we hope to make an impact on the next leaders of the world. We have a long battle in front of us. And don't give up. Don't let your guard down. Don't let your arms down. Keep up being persistent and loving and caring for the children. Thank you for this opportunity.
Wow. Remember I started this off and I said, look to your left and look to your right. You will see excellence. Have you not witnessed excellence tonight as you heard the description of each of these finalists? Let's give another big round of applause for all of them. And Stephen, I will add to your words that when that second book was written that you referenced, the charge given to Joshua was to remember that whithersoever thou goest, I goest with thou. Amen. And to this room I say, we must remember what you pour into students every day goes with them for a lifetime. And so tonight, it is an honor to have been a part of this and to remember that public education is a foundation of the United States of America. When you read the North Carolina Constitution, it speaks to a free public education. And that's what you provide. And that's what makes our society one that is the envy of the world. And so thank you for caring about your job. Thank you for caring about our students. And thank you for caring about our community through the gift of education. To Truist, we thank you again for such a lovely night. But hear me once again. Thank you to each of you. Have a safe trip home and be ready to lift it up tomorrow.